Hey everybody, it's Rod back for another weekly horror review. This week I am doing Peter Jackson's Dead Alive. It's actually Braindead in every country in the world besides America, but just it's the Braindead / Dead Alive. This movie came out in 1992. It was Peter Jackson's second movie. This movie is not for the faint of heart. If you don't like gore, then I would avoid it. This is a horror comedy. This movie is friggin' hysterical. Actually, I rewatched it for this thing and I was laughing out loud. This movie is funnier than a lot of like comedies. This movie's really gory, but it's also really funny. It also has a lot of. I keep doing videos and reviews of movies that are very, very in the vein of the Evil Dead movies, and this is another one. The horror comedy stuff feels very Evil Dead-y, but I really appreciate it. This movie's fantastic. But like I said, if you don't like gore, then you in gross out humor, I would avoid this. But if you're okay with that, this movie is hysterical. Like I said, I'm about to get in the review, but before I do, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow, and make sure you leave a comment. Just tell me if you liked it or if there's things you would like for me to do differently. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Okay, so here we go. We start off on Skull Island. Yes, that Skull Island from King Kong. Peter Jackson was a big fan even before. So this guy is here from New Zealand, and he has captured this rat monkey, and he got bit by the rat monkey while trying to steal it. And these guys are like, "Oh crap!" The bite, they say, and they're like, "This guy doesn't know. He's just trying to bring a rat monkey back to New Zealand for a zoo." And he doesn't know what's going on, but then they decide because he got bit by this rat monkey, they needed to chop his hand off. What I laugh about with that is there's like hardly any blood. Like a lot of these movies, they would be spraying blood everywhere when they were doing this. And then he had another wound on his other arm. And then they're like, "Oh, he got scratched on the head." So basically, if you get scratched, bitten, attacked by this monkey, you are going to die. So they tried to save him, but they can't. So now we have the love interest of the film. She lives with her grandparents, it seems like, and her grandma looks like an old gypsy kind of thing. She's like a fortune teller and whatnot, and she's telling her that, "Oh, you're about to find the man that you love, your destiny." And her grandpa's just like, "Whatever, I don't give a fuck. I just want to eat my pork roast or whatever." So she's gonna do her cards and kind of predict. This is kind of like the prediction for the movie, and it's funny because this kind of reminds me of the Drag Me to Hell woman who curses the main character. But so she's telling her, she's like, "Yeah, you're gonna meet your Prince Charming," and they run a store, and that's all in the back. And then our main protagonist comes in, and he's just picking up a bunch of crap for his mom. But this girl's like, "Ah, this guy's kind of cute. Oh, yeah. I want his Sumerian rat monkey." So she just buys a bunch of stuff, and he doesn't really explain that he's here actually for his mother. His mother is an evil old lady, and yeah, so she figures out with the cross because of that he's the one that she was supposed to be with. So this dude comes home and runs into his evil mother. Man, you don't, when you introduce the character and they're holding a butcher's knife or a big old steak knife in your hand, you know that this woman is a psychopath. And she indeed ends up being a psychopath. She's the stereotypical overbearing mother. And she's all excited because she got into some league that is like hoity-toity old people love. But it is actually, it's not a big thing in the story other than it sets up these people coming over to visit. So now, this is what we call foreshadowing right here. So the guy runs. There's lots of foreshadowing in the beginning of this movie. Very Peter Jackson-y. This guy is mowing his lawn, and then this dog tries to eat him. No, his dog just jumps over this German Shepherd, and it is our protagonist woman. And then they go on this date, and they find the Sumerian rat monkey that the dude had captured at the beginning of the movie. It's stop motion clay, which I really appreciate. This movie has amazing practical effects. I think it came out in 92, but like it's all practical effects. They were not getting like Jurassic Park level CG stuff at this point. So he makes this rat monkey, and the rat monkey's obviously a giant asshole, as we learned earlier, but this is the first time you actually see it. It doesn't even look like a monkey, it just looks like a rat. It just looks like a giant rat, really. It's really cool though. I love the effects, and it rips off this monkey's arm in the cage next to it. They're not doing a very good job of like being like precautionary with their evil monkey, which I don't know. Those other guys must have brought him back and just sold him anyways. And then mom was spying on her son because she's overbearing mom. And then there's the guest appearance of the otter, and I love otters. And because she was overbearing and got too close to the Sumerian rat monkey, she gets bit, which it's the end. It's the end of the Sumerian rat monkey because this woman is an evil old twat, and she squishes its head. And the blood in this movie is over the top. Like there are tons of like gross out things in this movie, and I've kind of avoided a lot of them, but not all of them. So the guy takes his mother home, and he's like is dealing with this bright red bite mark from this monkey that is obviously infected. It's like pulsating. It is so the special effects for gross out special effects in this movie are epically entertaining. They're like, this movie is entertaining, and then his mother is basically dying, and but in the process she eats the love interest's German Shepherd. It's just like, it's like pulling hair out of a shower drain. I don't know how. Your mother ate my dog. Not all of it. The humor. I was amazed at. I forgot, but like, I hadn't watched this movie in a few years. This movie is actually hysterical at parts, like full blown hysterical. So like the son's trying to stop his mother from attacking, and she's like, obviously there's something. She's still alive, technically, I guess. So the love interest goes and gets a nurse, but like they bring the nurse back, and she's like dead basically, or about to die. She's gonna die here. And so like when she dies, she doesn't really die. It's the Sumerian rat monkeys make these guys basically zombies. They're again not normal zombies. I've been doing some movies that have not normal zombies, like Dead Snow last week. But yeah, so his mother dies. Her ear fell off earlier in a super, super gross out scene. I kind of had to go around a lot of the gross out stuff just to kind of capture the essence of this movie. So the mother dies, and the son's like devastated, but it's because he's on like, a mama's boy. And on a side note, this house they live in is amazing. Amazing. Look at this. She was dead, but then she comes back from the dead, and she pulls off this woman's head, which is another reoccurring like joke in this movie, is the nurse zombie with a head that flops back and forth. And so he's like, he's fighting off his mother, and then he's fighting off this other zombie, and they're like fighting each other, which is kind of hysterical. And then he throws this like bird thing at this woman's head, and her head goes backwards, and then she has that bird thing in her head for the rest of the movie too. She's the practical effects in this movie are fantastic. And he pushes her down in the basement, and then the mother's already down there. And so now he decides, I don't know why he decides, but he decides that he's going to just keep him down there. He doesn't do anything about it. And he goes over and he sees the old gypsy grandma lady, and she's like scared to death. He's scared of her, but she gives him this amulet, which she says contains the power of the white light. I don't know what that means. It's like, it means holy. It's very cross-looking, but I don't know. So afterwards, his mother goes and gets buried, and the son's trying to get her, like, you know, stop people. He's trying to dig her up so he can bring her home and not deal with her. And then my favorite character in the whole movie is Kung Fu Priest, is whooping the crap out of people. This dude is, I kick ass for the Lord. He's hysterical, by the way.
Are you bullied by your classmates or coworkers on a regular basis?
Yup.
Do you love baby Jesus?
Yeah.
This calls for divine intervention.
Are you afraid of those who fight against Jesus and God? Well, Father McGruder's here to help you become more confident while embracing the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Father McGruder is a professional Kung Fu fighter who also loves Jesus in his pastime. Jesus is an important part of his life, and he should be an important part of your life. But that doesn't mean Kung Fu can't be a part of your life also. Come to the Father McGruder School of Kung Fu, where you will learn how to fight evil, kick ass, and embrace Jesus all at the same time. If a zombie plague ever encounters your village, city, or hometown, the Father McGruder School of Kung Fu could be the factor that helps you survive. Spreading the word of Jesus while kicking ass.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Okay, I'm in. And so his mother's brother shows up and basically wants a bunch of, he wants the money. He wants money from the will. Like, he's saying she was going to leave him the house and crap like that, but she never got to update her will, which I found to be a bunch of crap. So, and when he goes back into his basement after locking he locked the priest and all those guys up there that were in the last scene, the graveyard scene, and it figures that the priest and the nurse had zombie sex and had the zombie baby, which is really the funniest character in the whole movie, is the zombie baby, just because of the crap they do with him. The zombie baby is pure slapstick humor, which you don't always have in movies like this. And then this is like one of my favorite scenes of this whole movie. He, for some reason, decides to put the zombie baby in a stroller and take it to the park. And he's just trying to kind of copy what's happening with the other mothers and their babies for some reason. I have no idea why you would decide to do this. It's actually kind of insane, but he's got barbed wire blocking the baby. So then he goes back to his house, and like the uncle has showed up and broken into the zombie basement, and he basically he threatens to call the cops if he doesn't get the house and all the money. He wants the house and all the money that the mom left. And the dude's just like, okay, I guess so. He doesn't really answer him. He just kind of like, he's like kind of a pushover the whole, like, a lot of the movie, right? That's like his big character. It's one of those characters when you have that like son with that really, really oppressive mother, you just kind of get sons that are like very, very walked over. And that's kind of what he is for most of the movie. He's kind of just getting walked over by everyone. And the uncle's like the biggest dick in the entire movie outside of the mother. You see why they're both shitty people. So this guy has a party in his new house, and the zombies then manage to get out during this party, and there's, you know, dozens and dozens of people in this party house. And this is the famous scene for this movie that I said it was foreshadowing before. He takes his lawnmower and just mows down hordes of people, just hordes of people. And it's like, Holy crap! It's just so much blood. Someone said, I was watching some video about this. They used like 300 gallons of blood or something insane like that in this scene, or in this movie total, but most of it was in this scene, and you just see everything. The whole scene is just turns into like just gore, 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 gore everywhere. It's so over the top, but it's entertaining. The head on there's a head that gets like cut off at some point earlier in the scene, and it's just sliding around the whole time, and it's hysterical. I want to know what kind of lawnmower this guy has. My lawnmower like clogs on grass. So then the mother comes back, and she's turned into like a giant Sumerian rat monkey. Oh, let's make out, and he kind of gets rid of her, and so that is the end of Braindead. Kind of avoided showing the mother there at the end because she's got some big old biddies hanging out. Poor baby. The baby's the best character. He's not the best character, but he's up there. Like, but the end third of this movie, the whole party is pure gore and over the top insanity. It's really, really entertaining. But this whole movie in general is really funny and gross, and just it's horror comedy, really, really done well. He used the amulet of white light to kind of kill his mother too, who was the giant Sumerian rat monkey zombie thing. So yeah, this yeah, they are amazingly clean for like being. They were both completely covered in blood for that most of that third act. So and that's the end of Braindead / Dead Alive. So everybody, that was my review of Braindead / Dead or Alive, Peter Jackson's second movie from 1992. This movie is awesome. It's funny. It's gory. It's a real entertaining thrill ride. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review. So if you guys liked the video, please subscribe. Like everything, like the video, leave a comment, like I said, just to get out there and get more people watching the video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back next week with a new video.